Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan is now the owner of Ring of Honor Wrestling, and right when you think you've seen it all in wrestling, right when you think 2022 wrestling can't get any crazier, this happens. So this is how we open AEW Dynamite. Tony Khan makes the announcement. He's all fidgety and all over the place. That's another story for another day. But nevertheless, he is now the owner of Ring of Honor, and of course, that has started a ton of discourse on wrestling Twitter. And man, I got a lot of things I want to jump on. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to like, subscribe. As always, you can find me on Twitter at 2sweetpod and at CoreyBElite. But nevertheless, is he worse? Is he on the same level of Vince McMahon? Is he no better than Vince McMahon for buying out another company? Here's the deal. I read the report on bodyslam.net that said that AEW is looking at turning Ring of Honor into a developmental company. And I'm just here to say this, man. If all Ring of Honor is going to be is there for developmental and there for the tape library, he's no better than Vince McMahon buying out WCW in 2001. That's just me. Now, the tape library, that worked for Vince McMahon, and that is certainly going to work for AEW. That is huge, especially if they're going to get a streaming deal. It is phenomenal. But there are people saying that this is great for the wrestling business. This is going to work wonders for the wrestling business. And I'm just here to say that, how do we already definitively know that? Like, I look at this situation, and we don't know where it's going to go yet. All we have is the report. If it's strictly developmental, I don't like Ring of Honor getting turned into developmental for AEW. Like, that would be like if Vince McMahon bought WCW and said, you know what, we're gonna put them on Sunday Night Heat. Like, no, man, we're not gonna take Ring of Honor and put them on AEW Dark. That's what it's gonna be. That would be a bad look for me. Now, if they keep Ring of Honor as its own entity, and they really work at keeping it its own thing, then we have another story for another day. Then that would be phenomenal. But how it's the veracity at which people say these things, how do they know that it's going to work out? Like, for me, where I stand is on what TV time. Like, AEW has 3 hours with Turner. We have AEW Dynamite, we have AEW Rampage. Like, what is Ring of Honor gonna get here? There's a lot of questions to be here, so no one can definitively say that this is a great thing, it's gonna work out all 100%. No one knows. There's way too many questions. And we were already on the kick of, you know what, AEW is kind of signing too much talent. They're spending too much money. Cody Rhodes already walked out of the door because Tony Khan looked at the bankroll and was like, I don't think we should pay this guy that much. And here it is. The report comes out that Tony Khan paid anywhere between $20 million and $40 million to buy out Ring of Honor. And man, I'm just looking at this whole thing. Tony Khan does not have another backer when it comes to Ring of Honor. It's him. He bought the thing outright. So again, I say, I do not know how this works out long term. Like, I don't see it. I don't know how it works out long term. You got all of these people. Where are you going to put them? Where are you going to find the TV time? I am okay with, in this instance, I hate this phrase, you got to let it play out. I hate that more than can they coexist? But nevertheless, we got to let it play out first. And I'm going to let it play out. But I do not see how this works out long term for Ring of Honor. For AEW, you get the tape library, and that is enough for you personally, like especially if you're getting the streaming deal like I mentioned earlier. But nevertheless, from a talent perspective, TV time, where does that come from for me? And I do not know how people say this so definitively when they bring up Tony Khan, Brian Ring of Honor, that it is just going to work 100%. I am going to wait to see it to believe it first. Tony Khan buys out Ring of Honor Hit me up on Twitter at 2SweetPod, at OMG, at Corey B Elite on Twitter. Let me know your thoughts on Tony Khan buying out Ring